Right now, a stolen van rammed into a building during an attempted burglary, and one of the suspects, he was shot.
Yeah, there was someone in that building at 4 in the morning that the men clearly weren't expecting. Crystal Kastner live on MLK and Meineke. Crystal.
Well, we're right outside Bouchard's, which is a shoe and clothing store, and you can see behind me, and you can hear also what they're doing is they're making a temporary door because that other door had to be taken down because that's what the van crashed into. That door also had bullet holes in it.
Another break-in.
At first, Kaz Hardy wasn't surprised to see all the officers surrounding Bouchard's on Martin Luther King and Meineke.
This is a high retail clothing store that the store was broken into. Looks like a failed attempt to me.
But then he got a closer look, specifically at the bullet holes.
Now that's kind of scary because, I mean, anybody could have been coming by.
Even at 4 a.m. when police say it happened, Milwaukee police say a stolen van was driven into the building in an attempt to break in and burglarize the store. A 20-year-old suspect was shot. Sources tell Fox 6 the shooter was the store owner. The 20-year-old was taken to a local hospital by a 17 and 18-year-old. All three were taken into custody. Back at the store, cleanup began.
This is pretty bad. This damage is really extensive. You can put 2 by.
Steve Miles and his crew have never been to a scene quite like this before.
You have to think that these people really wanted to get in this place bad, and they used desperate measures, our car.
Miles says these cement barriers are meant to stop a vehicle from hitting the building. Clearly that didn't work in this case. He says that's because the vehicle was going too fast. It may be a unique situation, but it's not an unusual location. Miles has been here before.
I've fixed about 7 windows about 3 months ago here.
It's pretty sad.
Several people nearby can recall at least one break-in or burglary within the past few years, including one back in November of 2014 in which the owner was shot. Now, the glass company tells us the damage here is estimated between $12,000 and $15,000, and that 20-year-old that was shot, we're told his injuries were serious. Reporting live in Milwaukee, Crystal Kastner, Fox 6 News.
Crystal, do we have any idea why there was someone in the store at 4 in the morning?
At this point, we don't know. Again, information still coming in. We'll make sure to bring that to you as we get it.
All right, very good. Thank you, Crystal. Moving on to today's big story here at 5. A high-end clothing store hit by armed robbers. They crashed a van right into the front door trying to get in.
Yeah, the owner says that he feared for his life, and he opened fire on the suspects, and the whole thing caught on camera. Fox 6's Brian Paulson is in the newsroom with that newly released video. Brian?
Yeah, Kat and Brad, if you've seen it, this is just unbelievable video. A dramatic break-in attempt earlier this month at Bouchard's, an urban sportswear and shoe store not far from I-43 and North Avenue. Take a look at this video. The owner of the store, Rami Marar, sitting at a counter when 3 men approach with guns. He scrambles off to get a rifle. As the suspects are ramming their van into the store's entrance, smashing the glass, they then physically try to push their way through the doors, and he then unloads several rounds on the would-be robbers, hitting one of them. You see the suspects take off. One of those suspects is limping on his way. Marar says he fired those shots because he feared for his life.
I believe that they would have gone through the door, I would have been dead. So that's the reason that, again, I reached for my gun. And as soon as the first one turned his back, I put my gun down. You know, I'm not here. I don't come to work to have a shootout, you know. I come to work to make my living. So does everyone else in here.
You can hardly blame the guy for fearing the worst, considering his brother was shot in a break-in attempt at this same store last year. This time, Marar shot first. His attorney tells Fox 6 he will not be charged with a crime because he was acting in self-defense. The suspect in this case was later found at a hospital with multiple gunshot wounds. He is charged with burglary and criminal damage to property. Guys?
All right, Brian, thank you.